For decades, nothing has projected American strength and global reach quite like a United States Navy aircraft carrier. These massive vessels are more than just warships. They are floating fortresses, representing the very heart of American military presence wherever they go. These are not merely ships, they are floating cities, mobile air bases, and potent symbols of military might. With thousands of sailors, pilots, and support staff living and working aboard, each carrier is a self-contained world, capable of operating independently for months at a time. When a Nimitz-class or Gerald R. Ford-class carrier appears on the horizon, it brings the full weight of American influence and advanced technology. These carriers are marvels of engineering, designed to withstand the harshest conditions and project power across the globe. Each carrier is a sovereign piece of U.S. territory, able to launch dozens of advanced aircraft within minutes. The flight deck is a hive of activity, where precision and teamwork ensure that missions can be launched at a moment's notice. This ability to project air power anywhere in the world is a capability few nations can match. Whether responding to crises, providing humanitarian aid, or deterring aggression, carriers are always ready to answer the call. The presence of a carrier strike group in a volatile region sends a clear message. Allies are protected, adversaries are warned. The sight of these ships together is a powerful demonstration of unity and resolve. Yet, this visibility makes carriers prime targets. Disabling one would be a monumental victory for any adversary. The stakes are incredibly high, and every movement is closely monitored by friend and foe alike. That's why carriers never travel alone. They're shielded by a carrier strike group of cruisers, destroyers, and submarines. Each ship plays a vital role in defending the carrier from threats above and below the waves. The carrier is the queen on the chessboard, powerful but reliant on its guardians. Its strength is multiplied by the coordinated efforts of the entire group, working together as a single, formidable force. While the carrier sails openly, its most important protectors and adversaries operate in total secrecy. Beneath the surface, submarines silently patrol, hunting and being hunted in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. The safety of thousands aboard often depends on a hidden battle of wits and technology waged deep beneath the waves. In this unseen realm, the balance of power can shift in an instant, making every decision critical to the mission's success. Beneath the sunlit surface lies a world of silence, mystery, and hidden power. Here, in the vast, uncharted depths, the ocean becomes a realm few ever witness firsthand. It's a place of immense pressure and perpetual darkness, the domain of the submarine where only the most advanced technology and highly trained crews can survive. Unlike the visible might of an aircraft carrier or battleship, a submarine's greatest strength is its invisibility. It glides through the water undetected, a ghostly presence beneath the waves. For the US and Russia, submarines are the unseen sentinels of national security, tasked with critical clandestine missions that often remain classified for decades. The US Navy's all-nuclear fleet can stay submerged for months, with its range limited only by the endurance of its crew and the amount of food and supplies they can carry. Submarines fall into two main categories: ballistic missile boomers, which form the most survivable leg of the nuclear triad and serve as a powerful deterrent, and fast attack subs, the agile predators of the deep, designed to hunt, track, and neutralize enemy threats. Boomers patrol the abyss, hidden in the vastness of the ocean, always ready to unleash devastation if ordered, yet hoping that day never comes. Fast attack subs hunt enemy vessels, gather vital intelligence, and protect carrier groups, acting as both shield and sword in underwater warfare. Russia's modernized submarine force is a formidable rival, creating a constant shadowy conflict beneath the waves, a high-stakes contest of stealth and strategy. Both nations play a relentless cat-and-mouse game, trailing each other's boomers in an effort to neutralize nuclear deterrence and maintain the upper hand. This silent pursuit is a nerve-wracking part of strategic competition, where success means remaining unseen, and failure could have catastrophic consequences for the world. It's a game played in total secrecy, far from the public eye, with global stability and the fate of nations hanging in the balance. The summer of 2025 was fraught with tension, as the world seemed to teeter on the edge of a new and dangerous chapter in global affairs. The Ukraine conflict, already devastating, escalated further, drawing in the attention and anxiety of nations far beyond the region. In late July, President Trump issued a stark ultimatum to Moscow: demanding a ceasefire within 10 days, or else the United States would respond with forceful consequences. Russia's response was swift and defiant. Dmitry Medvedev, speaking for the Kremlin, referenced Russia's doomsday nuclear retaliation system, making it clear that Moscow would not be intimidated. Around the globe, people watched anxiously as the deadline approached, glued to their screens, wondering if Russia would back down or if the world was on the brink of a catastrophic escalation. On August 1st, Trump made his next move. Instead of launching a military strike, he chose a calculated show of strength, a strategic signal to both allies and adversaries. He announced the repositioning of 2 U.S. nuclear submarines, transforming what had been a war of words into a tangible military standoff, with real assets now in play beneath the waves. The order was a direct reply to Russian threats, signaling U.S. readiness for escalation and demonstrating that the United States would not hesitate to act if provoked. The Pentagon, however, refused to confirm the type or location of the submarines, maintaining deliberate ambiguity to keep Moscow guessing and off balance. This uncertainty forced the Kremlin to assume the worst, heightening psychological pressure and increasing the risk of miscalculation on both sides. The stage was set for a high-stakes confrontation, playing out in the unseen depths of the ocean, where silent submarines and unseen decisions could determine the fate of millions. In submarine operations, silence is sacred. A sub's survival depends on remaining undetected. Political leaders almost never speak publicly about submarine movements. Doing so risks their greatest strategic advantage. So when President Trump announced the movement of 2 nuclear submarines, it sent shockwaves through defense circles. This was a calculated declaration, turning a covert maneuver into an overt political statement. The message to Moscow was clear. America's most powerful assets were on the move, and Russia should tread carefully. The ambiguity about the sub's type and location forced Russian planners to search for ghosts in every ocean. Domestically, the announcement projected strength and decisiveness, reassuring allies and the public. But critics warned it was a dangerous escalation, turning a strategic chess move into a public spectacle. The risk Russia might feel compelled to respond just as publicly, narrowing the path for quiet de-escalation. Moscow couldn't let the U.S. submarine announcement go unanswered. The Kremlin's response came through senior lawmaker Viktor Vodolatsky, who claimed Russia had more nuclear subs deployed than the U.S. He asserted that any American submarine near Russian waters was already being watched, implying their stealth was compromised. Whether true or not, the claim was meant to sow doubt and project Russian confidence. In undersea warfare, perception often matters as much as reality. The suggestion that Russia could track America's quietest subs introduced uncertainty into U.S. strategy. The message Russia was not intimidated and considered itself an equal if not superior player. This exchange of boasts highlighted the deep rivalry and technological race beneath the waves. The incident became a public dispute over naval dominance, revealing the invisible struggle for supremacy in the world's oceans. The August 2025 events revealed a secret reality: the ongoing perilous game of hide-and-seek between U.S. and Russian submarines. The ocean is a vast, three-dimensional battlefield, where sound is both weapon and shield. Submarine commanders must master oceanography and acoustics, using the sea's properties to mask their presence while hunting for adversaries. The goal: find the enemy without being found yourself, a tense, silent ballet of skill and nerve. A single miscalculation could lead to a collision or international incident, especially during high political tensions. In these moments, the silent hunt becomes a direct confrontation on the front lines of potential global conflict. The underwater standoff is a contest between 2 of the world's most advanced submarine fleets. The U.S. Navy's all-nuclear force includes 14 Ohio-class boomers, each carrying up to 20 Trident II missiles. Fast attack subs like the Virginia and Los Angeles-class hunt enemy vessels and launch Tomahawk missiles. 4 Ohio-class guided missile subs add massive conventional firepower. Russia's fleet, though smaller, is formidable: 14 SSBNs, including the advanced Borai class and the respected Yasin-class attack subs. Both sides invest heavily in stealth, sonar, and detection technologies, ensuring a neck-and-neck race for undersea dominance. The U.S. relies on global listening posts. Russia focuses on quieter subs and potent anti-submarine warfare. Every encounter in the deep is a test of both machine and human resolve. At the heart of this underwater drama are the crews, living for months in cramped, sunless quarters, cut off from the world. Submariners are selected for technical skill and emotional resilience, operating on 18-hour days in rotating shifts. The psychological pressure is immense. Every action must be perfect, every drill could be for real. During crises like August 2025, tension intensifies. Every sonar contact could be an adversary, every maneuver critical. The bond between shipmates is unbreakable, forged in the silent depths. The most advanced technology is useless without a disciplined, resilient crew. Submarine commanders bear enormous responsibility, making life-or-death decisions in isolation. Ultimately, it's these men and women who play the silent chess match on the razor's edge of global conflict. The August 2025 standoff is a stark reminder of the fragile balance that preserves global peace. Nuclear deterrence relies on the credible threat of mutual destruction, with ballistic missile subs as its cornerstone. But when leaders speak publicly about these secret assets, deterrence can bleed into provocation. The underwater cat-and-mouse game becomes more dangerous, with pressure to act aggressively and less room for error. A single accident, like a collision, could be misinterpreted as a hostile act, triggering escalation. In times of high tension, clear communication and restraint are vital to avoid disaster. The silent hunters of the deep exist to prevent war, not start one. Peace is a delicate construction, and its preservation depends on keeping the silent game from erupting onto the world stage.